Okay, so welcome back. We're almost ready to publish this game. We've got our code written, the program works right. We got a couple of touch-ups to do. Couple of touch-ups to do. If we go here to the Properties tab and we click on our form, our text is set to Form 1. Maybe it'd be better if it's had a better name than just Form 1. We'll call it My Game. My Math Game. Just so that the has a little bit better name here. And let's see, maybe we don't want to be able to maximize it. Maybe we don't want to be able to minimize it. So we'll get rid of those two boxes. Maybe we don't want the user to be able to resize it. Let's look at these by category. Maybe I can find what I'm looking for. Maybe I want to change the icon. I don't currently have one built, but if I did, I could change it there. Um, see if I can find what I'm looking for. Show icon. I don't really have an icon, so I'm not going to show it. Show in taskbar. I don't care. Topmost. True. Size grip style. I can show or hide that. If I were to select control box, I could set that to false. That gets rid of this little X up here. But that would make it very difficult for the user to close this program when they're done playing their game. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that as a control box. Starting position, I can have it in the default location, default bounds. I'm going to put it in the center of the screen. Form border styles, I don't really want the user to resize it, so I'm just going to say fix 3D. It looks nice, it looks pretty. Now it's always the same size. They're not going to be able to play around with the size at all. It's just plain and simple, easy peasy. And let's see, are there any other cleanup things I need to do? It might be a good idea for me to go through and comment some of this stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to throw in some comments. To do a comment, there's two types of comments. I can either have double backslash that indicates comments. That way I can tell another programmer that might be coming through, or myself, that I've forgotten what's going on. Another way to do a comment is backslash star and then star backslash to close it. That way, if I have a block of something that I want to comment out, this generates a new math problem and calculates the answer. Can't spell. That doesn't look right, but oh well. Sometimes when I'm building a project, if I've got a line of code that I need for debugging purposes or want to get rid of for debugging purposes, it's really quick to comment it out. It would probably be a good exercise for you guys to go through this code, and you don't have to do it for every single line because it makes it very cumbersome to read, but for little blocks of code, like right here maybe, produce a problem that matches the operator. Little stuff like that. That way it's easy to, that doesn't look right. Oh well. That way it's easy to read what I want what to do. And I know my spelling's atrocious, but it would be a good exercise for you to go through and try to generate meaningful comments for what this stuff means, what you think that the program at that point is trying to do. And again, don't comment every single line. It's very annoying where you go through and you say, set the value of to A plus B. Going through and reading it, I can read what that does. I know just by reading this statement that this is what I'm doing. And so this is a bad comment. But right here, I'm indicating what this entire block is doing, and it makes it easy for me to read. And oh, this is the addition portion, this is the subtraction. That way I can really quickly tell what's going on. Doing line by line like that is just a bad idea. So your homework would be to go through and keep commenting this section. Go ahead and pause the video so you can do that. Once we get that done, what we would like to do next is probably build our project. Check our settings. Probably to build it, we probably want to go here to properties, and it starts here in the application. I don't need to be changing any of these settings right here. We're going to go right to the publish wizard, and this here is where the thing is going to publish to, this path. So we could set that path to anything we want it to be. And we're going to go ahead and say the application is available offline and you can launch it from the start menu. I've published this once before in a previous video, so I've got a revision of 1. But I didn't really change much, so it's just a small revision. So the major publish is the same. All I really did was tweaked a few settings, changed the look and feel of it, added some comments. Don't really have to worry about adjusting any of these. If you start modifying code and the code does different things, you can start incrementing these values. And if you make bigger changes that affect the operations, start changing these values. And if you make major changes that affect everybody universally, go ahead and start incrementing this value. But we just made small little changes. So I'm going to go ahead and publish it. And boom. Now I've got a folder that popped up, and you can take these files here, you can copy them to a flash drive, burn them to a USB. This is what is needed for you to be able to install this program on somebody else's computer. If I scroll through these, this is the default place where Visual Studios puts our projects. And I open it up and I go into, this is the project file itself. So if you are keen on navigating through folders and you come across this file right here, this .sln, I always get that wrong, this .sln file, that is your project file. If you go in here into the folder, here was the publish folder right here, but if you go into bin, there's two folders in it, and everything we've done so far has been in debug mode. If you click on that, here is another place where your game is at. If you got a small project like this, doesn't have any dependencies, you're not loading any images or anything, my game is right here, and I could direct copy this from computer to computer to computer. And as long as they have the .NET framework installed at the right version, this program will launch, and it's the project that we just built. But if you want them to be able to install it like a normal program, if you got dependencies that they need to make sure that they have on their computer, this setup.exe is the installer program, so that you can hand it to one of your buddies or sell it or whatever. That is how you install it on somebody else's computer. Anyway, thanks for watching. Now you have a finished product. Now you can give it to your buddies. You can sell it, do whatever with it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a wonderful day.